Of course, good time for me to get that snort in right before any of the audio. It's not cocaine. Never has been. I'm sorry, I just had this moment of like, wow, that sounds suspicious. Hi, Impact. Oh, we can't blame Insomniac for anything to do with this? God damn it. Actually, we probably can, but... And in fact, I'm going to continue to blame Insomniac for anything to do with this. I don't know why, but here we are. Folks, this is what I guess would be either the 5th or the 6th game in the Ratchet and Clank franchise, called Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. This is, oh boy, this game is not great. It's aggressively mid, if I recall correctly. We're playing the PS2 version. Originally, this came out on PSP. I do not believe I have a copy of it for PSP. Oh my god, I'm in the menu. Why do you have to go back to the logos? That's so stupid. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. So, after Ratchet and Clank 3, known as Up Your Arsenal in America, and something else in elsewhere, because, like, come on, that's a little bit on the... Man, the sex jokes they make with these titles are so... Ugh. But after that game, this franchise sort of entered what I would consider to be sort of this spin-off era of sorts. I mean, Ratchet Deadlocked is kind of a real Ratchet and Clank game, pardon me. And it was even released for the PS2 and all. But of course, since it was all just fight through these battle arenas, it really does not feel the part in a lot of ways. It just sort of... Yeah, I don't really count that. And I don't think very much of it is canon to the lore of Ratchet and Clank. The lore of the lore of Ratchet. God damn it. Whatever. The lore of Ratchet and Clank, I guess, if you care about that, which I would be shocked if anybody did. But after that, the franchise moved briefly to the PSP for two games that I feel legitimately, at least one of them is a spinoff. This might sort of qualify on some level as not a spinoff, although again, I don't think any of this shit comes up in the Ratchet and Clank lore, if you believe such a thing counts. But there was also another game called Secret Agent Clank, which starred just the robot doing his, well, secret agent thing, because remember, in Ratchet and Clank 3, he became a movie star starring in, like, a bunch of really bad James Bond sort of knockoff kind of in-universe films. I've never played that. I don't recall if it has a PS2 edition. It might. It definitely has a PSP version. And then, not long after this game and that game, the franchise did eventually move on to the PS3, starting with Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction, which I recall kind of not being that great. And I fell off the franchise after Crack in Time, probably because back when I got my PS3, I bought Tools of Destruction and Crack in Time at the same time. And to be quite frank with you, I think that I probably would not have played Crack in Time if I hadn't played Tools of Destruction. If I had bought just Tools of Destruction, I guess. I've never played the game in between those, which was called Quest for Booty and was pirate themed. So, yeah, way too much information for you all to start with. The point here is that this is a port of a game for the PSP onto the PS2, because it was a bad idea to release it for the PSP in the first place. So if the quality of it seems lesser than the previous games, that'll be why. It's because it is lesser quality than those games, but for a variety of reasons. 。 Not just because, like, not just because of any sort of game design quality.
Much better. The sun is murder today. I swear, Clank, I'm done with all that hero stuff. Let somebody else save the universe. I need a little me time.
If there is trouble, then it is our duty to ensure that...
Don't start a game saying that, Ratchet. That means things...
Nah, what'd you do that for?
That wasn't you.
Whoa, what are you doing?
I'm taking pictures for my school project. I'm doing a report on heroes, and I recognize you from the newspaper. You're Ratchet, right?
Well, I see you have a knack for recognizing greatness.
I was wondering if it would be possible to get some pictures of you doing some heroic action.
Well, I would, but there's really not much heroic work to do around here. Oh, I can lift Clank over my head, though. How about that?
I was thinking maybe you could fight some robots or something. I know where you could find them.
And what did robots ever do to you?
Scheduled in 15 minutes, but oh, what the heck? I could use a bit of exercise. Come on, buddy. Let's put on a good show for our little reporter here.
I am going to regret this.
Oh, I'm going to regret this too, I think. So, but that's just how it goes with basically any game on this channel. Yeah, sorry, I stopped to clip a nail. Because the amount of care that I have for this plot is not incredible. Let's go. All right. Can I use my analog? Okay, good. It's just that for some reason my PS2 controller started in non-analog mode. Yeah, this motion does not feel great, but I think, again, a large part of that should be blamed on the fact that... what are you doing, buddy? Oh my god, it switched off of analog mode into... God, is my PS2 controller okay? Not plugged in properly? Could be that. But... Okay, yeah, that time I pushed the console. I think that the ports and stuff on my PS2 are just getting very, very loose. I might need to do something about that at some point, because, yeah. That's not so great. But that part is not why this game doesn't feel good. That's for other reasons entirely. Oh god, do we not have a strafing motion anymore? Ugh. Okay, what have we got for sale here? We've got the concussion gun. So yeah, that's our shotgun, right? Oh, it does not look good, and I don't know if that's because of like my capture rendering or anything, but I digress. We got some killer crabs to fight here. And just like previous Ratchet and Clank games, we got our experience meter and all that stuff. Okay, so what do we got for gear to start with here? We got the hyper shot, the lacerator. This will be like our handgun type of weapon. And I think that was cited as the acid bomb glove there. Oh, that is not what you would call rapid fire. Thank goodness they're back to pausing when you are in the weapons menu here, because yeah, again, since this feels so chunky to play, which I don't know, maybe the others were just this bad and I don't recall from it being a couple of years now. I haven't played them since the time I streamed those games.
Press and hold the R1 button to crouch. Press X while crouching to do a high jump.
Why is the little goblin kid telling me how to play the game? Like, can we not afford a subscription to Gadgetron Help Desk anymore or something? Also, are these just like random robot, island folk here that we're massacring for no good reason? I don't deserve this. Probably. At least I would assume not.
Press the R1 button and
Oh
X
god,
while
that long
crouching
jump
to
feels
do a
like
high jump.
shit. I think it's just because you spend so little time off the ground. Anyway, anything to pick up in this pit? And no, it doesn't immediately turn into one of those kill areas from that first level of Crash 2
Button and X
somehow,
while running to do a long
which
jump.
was my first assumption.
Press the
Er,
R1 button and X.
Shut up!
Press and hold the L1 button to enter
You have to give me the tutorial 3 times because I walked past the...
on the gate to open it.
God, this is feeling like... This is giving bad fan game. Which, I know it's a different dev, but ooh, boy. Actually, this kind of makes me want to find the PSP version and see if it's worse. I did get a replacement battery for my PSP, so... Perhaps I should see if that thing can be, like, what sort of custom firmware, and if I can just load existing PSP software and play it on that without getting any level of extra lag or anything. Maybe someday I'll actually be bothered to, but I'm quite lazy, as you can probably assume by the fact that I haven't done it yet, so we'll get there eventually. Or we won't. I mean, that kind of depends a lot on a lot of things. Anyway, usually in a Ratchet and Clank game, I would want to fight with my weapons a little bit, but they are shit in this game, so I guess I probably will anyway, but, like, I'm not going to be happy about it. Yeah, see, this thing unevolved is, like, worse than the unupgraded Lancer in terms of fire rate. And also, the acid bomb glove is quite underwhelming too, just in terms of... Like, you're seriously going to tell me that that thing doesn't kill the enemies instantly, and instead it splashes some acid on the floor, unlike all the other big bombs that we got in the previous games. First game being an anomaly anyway, because, like... Yeah. Like, technically, this is better if you have a small horde of enemies like that. But I would just so much rather be using the gravity bomb or the, like... I was going to say the mini nuke, but that's not what it's called in Ratchet and Clank 2, in Going Commando. Oh god, no, sorry. The gravity bomb is Going Commando. I meant in the second one. Oh my god, I meant in the third game in Up Your Arsenal. I'm sorry, I was sort of disregarding the first game because it's a little bit different in terms of any of that stuff. As you could probably tell. The whole pattern feels a little bit funkier, so... Yeah. Oh, that kid just, like... hover or something? Oh, by the way, I am going to turn subtitles on. I'm not sure how good any of this looks on stream exactly, but this way, in case I start talking over the dialogue, which I will, for any of the 0 people in the audience who really want to read everything I've got that the game has to say, then you can. Oh, hey, look, some new armor. Already, I guess. Well, Ratchet is kind of going out here almost completely naked, so I guess, hey, give me that wild farty body armor.
That was super. I can't wait to show everyone the pictures.
What's this guy doing here?
Clank! What a coincidence! What are you doing here?
I am trailing Ratchet and Clank to see what they are doing, so I can join in on their next adventure.
Hey, that's what I'm doing! No, wait. I mean,
Do you not have somewhere else to go? Home to your family, perhaps?
Hey, Cork. Nice hat. Sorry, Cork. What? Was that your mother's hat or something?
Hey, watch everybody just continue to stumble on the same
Just a hat.
rake.
My mother and father. I never knew my family. I was given up for adoption as a baby and was raised by monkeys.
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
Perhaps you should attempt to find your real parents.
That's probably not them. Damn, Vector Man, where'd your legs go, dude? Look, I know times were hard after Titus killed your fucking company, but like, man. Man, oh man. Yeah, for those of you who are curious, from the research that I've been able to do recently, it did kind of seem like the failure of Superman 64, which of course was a Titus Software joint, is a big part of why Blue Sky Software ended up dying. So that was the joke. That's the joke. And that's probably the worst part of Superman 64, everybody. Like, yeah, Superman 64 is fucking terrible. And then you discover the fact that I wasn't paying attention to these crabs spawning in. I mean, what kind of monster makes crabs an enemy? Crabs are cool, man. They don't deserve this shit. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain fart here. Especially because this controls, like... God, I think Mario 64 you turned better than this. I was about to compare it to Mario 64 because every once in a while I think about the fact that Mario has a massive turning radius in that game. But oh boy. In this game, you just cannot turn around snappily. I told you I was going to regret this. And I'm going to make you regret it with me. All of you. That's right, the entire internet. I am going to make everybody on the internet watch this VOD at least once. And to be quite frank, most of them are going to be like, I don't get it. And you're correct.
Magnetic surfaces using your gravity boots.
Oh, hey, there's the thing that should be giving us the actual tutorial, as opposed to this random small child who shouldn't know anything about us, but apparently is being pursued by out-of-work legless Vector Man here. Man, I kind of can't wait for this weapon to actually get good. Spoiler, it doesn't get good. But I guess I can't wait for it to get acceptable. There we go. For now, it's kind of like, hey, what if you were playing TF2 and the pistol had as much, you know, you're playing as a scout or something, right? But you don't have a shotgun, and your only weapon is the handgun, and it has the firing rate and ammunition supply of the grenade launcher that the demo man has, or something. I don't know. It's not a good comparison, but this isn't a good game, so it doesn't deserve a good comparison. Actually, I guess if I do, like, set up my PSP to use things that are a little bit more side-loaded. I have never played the PSP version of Birth by Sleep. I've never played a non-PSP version of Birth by Sleep, for that matter, but I just had this sudden moment of curiosity, you know? Cannot describe it for you. But that's sort of the level that we're at on some level here. Are these guys always doing a flat 1 damage, or are they... Or did I take like 1.5 damage from them or something? Because I think I only got hit twice and then took 3 damage. There hasn't been a healing item yet, so... Oh god, camera angle. No, they do 2 damage. No, they do like a weird 1.5 damage a hit thing. What the... What? Man, that's weird. Okay, so I can strafe. So at least there's that. But I was trying to test this out earlier. Oh, you just can't strafe with your wrench out. Like, okay, I think I understand on some level, but also that is just sort of essential movement tech that I'm denied unless I actually pull out my gun, so I get confused because I don't want to use the terrible weapons in this game. I'd prefer to have fun. And yet here we are. Oh yeah, hey, there's a tutorial on it, which is not even giving me the full skinny on the situation here, because it doesn't specify the fact that you need the gun out. Thanks a lot, developers. Thanks for that. Also, thanks for making me come over here. How much is this? 35 a shot? That's... Huh. Well, I guess it is worse than the usual bomb lobbers, so to make it a whole 50 would be kind of an insult. But I was surprised since it feels like a weird number for an ammo cost anyway. Hey! Wow, that looks like shit. But we did get our weapon upgraded, so that's cool. We got our ammunition. We did not get our ammunition back. What the hell?
Try walking up that wall.
Also, getting the tutorials again every time you die. That's kind of annoying. Especially because, like, yes, I do understand the very basics here. I just have not gotten used to the game feel yet. Game feel being, I believe, the very technical term for it. Surely. You know what? At least the upgraded pistol is doing more damage. The lacerator or whatever it's called. Whatever its full legal name is. Deep down, I just kind of call it butt. If I'm being charitable. Wow, okay. Good job, me. What's that thing over there? That looks like something interesting. It's some gloves. Oh, we need to build our suits out of, like, full pieces of stuff, don't we? Yeah, so I guess each of those is worth 5% damage reduction. I wonder if they do anything else for you. Yeah, I didn't think we had that thing yet.
If If you need more ammunition, try purchasing it at a Gadgetron vendor.
Yeah, this font is ass, by the way. For reasons of, like, the visibility here is not good. It probably makes a little more sense on the PSP, but think about how, like, nice and clean looking the fonts were in the other games. And then this one is just, well, whatever the hell they've got going on here. And still not enough money to go buy the shotgun. I mean, I guess I could just suicide a couple more times if I wanted to get there. But I don't think I need to go that far. Come on, roast these fools. Yeah. Okay, so now surely we're going to get some more of these dudes coming in that we got to deal with, right? Hell with it, I'm just going to fight that guy with my hands for a second here. Okay, the platform isn't going to run away. But I'm over here to do a quick look around and see if there's anything to pick up here, and the answer is probably going to be no, but may as well take a look anyway. Yeah. And back we go. Oh, turn the stick. I was trying to turn the camera with the shoulder button there for a second, which doesn't work, and I don't think it's ever worked in any of these games. Yeah, it definitely hasn't, but for some reason my brain's like, hey, yeah, do this. Also, of course, there's stuff to find in any of these games, so we get a titanium bolt. That is, I think, what they were in Ratchet and Clank 3. So, it shouldn't come as any surprise that this game is like a lazy cash grab, right? So I'm curious, can we get... Yeah, we can get a map. All right. Also, for some reason, the map really wants us to believe that we're... Well, the map title there, anyway. Really wants us to believe that this is the resort location from game 1. I guess for some reason, Ratchet and Clank just live here now. Or they take this much vacation. 'Cause I swear they're here a lot. And indeed, this place looks very, very different. Like, okay, you got the basic theme of, oh, hey, here's docks and stuff, but very little else about it really sells the resort theme. Oh, well. Whatever. Video games, am I right? I care a little too much for some reason. It's alright, it happens to all of us.
Proceeding to Galadon.
Help me!
Man, Vector Man, you turn out to be a real dick.
Why would they want a little girl?
I do not believe they were after her. I believe they were after this.
Well, this is, what is this?
If my memory bank serves me correctly, I believe it is a technomite artifact.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
A what?
It is a technomite
Look,
artifact.
Clank, that girl is in trouble and we can help her. Technomites are just some fairy story that parents tell their kids to explain how technology works. They don't really exist.
I believe they do exist, and this could prove it. That is why those robots wanted that child to get this object.
Did we? Did you? Whoa, that was quite a jog. Is that what I think it is? Oh, gimme, gimme, gimme! I haven't seen one of these since...
Oh, he's been looking for a grenade, huh?
I've actually seen one, but I've heard stories about the technomites and their mystical objects.
There are no technomites!
But this is our only lead. If you want to help that girl, we should...
Maybe it's a museum heist gone really weird or something. I don't know.
Let's get out of here. See ya, Quark. And please, stay out of our way this time.
Oh, he's not gonna do that. Are you kidding me? Okay, well, after that embarrassing display, it's on to our first real planet here. What have we got going? Yeah, there he is.
The technomites appear to have abandoned this area.
Yeah, the technomites are real tricky that way. All right, let's get this over with.
I think everything else is abandoned in this area, too.
Well, that's just me.
Oh, Quark. Why can't you just leave us alone?
How do you survive through space just clinging to the back of a spaceship like that?
Do you know where we should take this object?
Of course I do. But what's in it for me?
You want to find your family, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you tell us where to go, you can stay here and use our ship's computer to research your family history.
Ooh, great idea! I'll do it!
Quark, where do we take the artifact?
Try that big building. For some reason, the good stuff is always in the biggest buildings.
Thanks, Quark. You've been helpful.
If that's what you want to call it, sure. Wow, he watches enough TV to know a thing that happens, stereotypic, whatever. Shut up. Where's there a shop? I assume it's around it. Oh. It's right over there. Whoops. You got Agents of Doom. I don't have enough money for that. Yep, that's real good. I'm sure it works great. And the concussion gun. I want that thing, because that might actually be good. And of course, there's no cutscene for getting new weapons in this game, because why would there be? Don't be ridiculous. They can't afford to fit that on a PSP. And they especially can't afford to fit it onto a port of a PSP game, because this is extremely direct almost. Aside from the part where I have a second stick so I can turn the camera. And a set of buttons I can use to strafe with. Oh, that was pretty short.
Those cameras just keep coming. What should we do?
Just ignore them. They are probably an automatic security system.
All right.
I mean, yeah, if you keep shooting them, you might piss them off more. Hey, 5 back for the shotgun with only 25 ammo. That's not bad. It's take a bit of work to actually kill, though. Oh. Right, because when it says tap the L1, because it's like it tries to enter first person for a brief second. The briefest of seconds. Oh, who's this guy? Is he trying to sell me a gadget I used to have already?
Be careful with that. Whew, that was a close one. Now, let me have that water pistol, little fella.
It works! I finally perfected my Sprout-O-Matic!
Sprout-O-Matic, you say? How does it work?
By
The
shooting
exact way.
you can make them follow you. Then, by using it to water electrosoil, the plant will hop in and transform itself into a platform, a creature, whatever you need.
Did you
Made the menu noise from the
That
ring.
come in very handy.
Yeah, great.
Since you helped with the final test, I will give you this prototype to try for yourselves.
That makes things pretty easy-ish. Oh, he's dead.
That mimic plant seems useful. Why don't you water it with the Sprout-O-Matic?
That seems like a waste of my something here. But we'll give it a shot anyway. Look at this doofy thing. This is actually kind of cute.
Different mimic plants gain unique abilities when they're planted in electrosoil. This sprout's fruit is a powerful explosive.
Electrosoil, huh? That's So why is it with electricity? It's Ah, dang it. It was still having a thing ready. Hey, you. Get over here. Yeah, it takes like 5 shots of this thing to kill these guys, which is kind of a lot. I don't know, maybe if I was up point blank it would work better, but too late. Too late to find out until next time, and I don't want to get that close to those gross things. Are you kidding me? Don't be ridiculous. Or do be ridiculous. I can't tell you what to do. And the green one forms a ladder, I guess. A ladder that's a little bit janky in terms of how it works. All that jumping and for how much effort. How much benefit, you know. Maybe one day Ratchet will be able to climb properly. I don't know. Probably not. Hey, there we go. Upgrade to our acid bomb glove. And it gets 2 more ammunition. That's not insignificant, really. Yeah, I think that time it actually did take fewer hits because I got blown sideways a little bit by the damage I took from the plant. I don't think it's necessary to like draw the whole path there, but for some reason my brain was just like, yeah, okay, let's do that.
Select the hypershot from the quick select menu and hold the circle button while aimed at the target.
Ah, yes, the thing we know from previous games. Unfortunately, no auto switch for us, I guess. That's all right. I'll just have to deal. I'm assuming that these dudes have an upper limit. Maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, that's just a grind position for us, really, but at least until everything inevitably becomes worth less experience as we go. Dang. Let's do an amount of damage, alright. Amount of damage that really should make this not an ideal choice of a weapon for us, but hey. See me stopping anytime soon. Well. God, that took so much. That took a lot of blasts. This thing might be kind of crap, you guys. Also, I really feel like I'm having a very bad time dodging the slime attacks from these guys. Just want to kill the gross plants so that way I don't have to deal with them later. Because they kind of suck. Here, put that out even though I don't need it yet. Okay, yeah, there's nothing to do over there. Let's pick this guy up and go this way. And say I'm willing to bet they will attack the plant or something. And I'll have to defend it or something else stupid like that. Okay, no, I have to shoot it down that way, even though I didn't see a... Oh, is it just that high up? Okay. I guess I should have used the L1 button. Or maybe I would have been able to see it if this was actually, like, retuned in any way. But no, it's just basically kind of a straight port of the PSP game. Watering the planted plant, I guess, kills it for some reason. Okay then. Hey. Nice, we got ourselves a helmet so we get a little more damage reduction. That seems pretty important, because... yeah, things hurt a bit. That matters a little less, but hey, we'll take it anyway. Can we do anything with this in here? Okay, I guess we have to actually, yeah, buy these. The 2 each. No, it's not just 2, but take a look at any of these just out of curiosity. Nice, we can wear it. We can wear a Godzilla suit. Once we get enough of those titanium bolts, if we happen to stumble into them, because you best believe I'm not going to try hard enough to try to get all of those. This sends us back to the ship. Can we go back out there as well? Yes. But I do want to resupply real quick. Way longer teleport sequence for some reason that they add like extra animation to it. It's a weird choice.
Great.
Door looks different.
Well, looks like we'll never find out what that weird doohickey is. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I know you don't want to be here either.
Squeeze through this crevice. Wait here, and I will unlock it from the inside.
Are you sure it's locked?
Just don't take all day.
Are you sure it's locked and not just like a weirdly shaped wall? Alright.
Press the square button to punch with Clank. You can tell your Gadgebots to stand in place by issuing the wait command.
The lack of a lot of the classic sound effects for this kind of
These Gadgebots
bothers
are
me a little
extremely
bit.
Useful. Free them by breaking their glass cases.
Like,
You
some
can
of it
use
is
Gadgebots with a
there,
variety of
but it's like the
commands by
usual.
holding down the triangle button.
It's very much a lot of the stock sound effects that are, well, not great. Wait. Alright. Now, pull this one down.
Gadgebots to follow you again, issue the follow command.
Alright, well, they seem to all be here. I think all 3 of you? Yeah. Incredible, you put part of Ratchet and Clank 1 onto a PSP. Wow.
Gadgebots to attack.
And then you put it back on the PS2 because it wasn't a good idea in the first place. I'm short one, dude. Boo! They got Billy. Or whatever his name was. There we go. I guess that wall is permanently open, which is great. Oh, hey. What? Turn around! Oh my god, this stick control is atrocious. Well, I just lost all my dudes because I didn't think to just have them use the attack command instead. But, like, still. The fact that this controls like questionably as it does, it's basically at this point just like, okay, do everything with the... Oh, good of you to not give me a tutorial on this.
To pick up Gadgebots,
Okay.
aim at them and press the circle button.
Took you forever to actually get there, but all right. Okay. Sure, I feel that I was aimed away from that, but you know better than I do, game.
Press the triangle button to exit the bot flinger.
Yes, I'm still trying to get used to how this controls. Cut me some slack, game. Or I guess give me all the commands at the same time. And we lost the dude anyway, because of reasons. Honestly, I could probably have done that just fine by... Great work rotating there, camera. Oh, hey. Wherever our guys come from is pretty close this time. For once. Alright. So we get in the thing. And we pick these up and we start throwing them. That's not a switch of any kind, is it? Yes, it is. A switch with no sound effect on impact. Great. Love that. Oh. Pff. That guy just clipped through the floor for some reason. Okay. And there's another one of my little stooges who's stuck behind it. And where's my number 3? Did he get, like, permanently clipped into the floor? Leaving him forever dead? Oh, no, he's back now. Alright. Here's a pretty simple dart trap pattern. We get through there very easily. It is, of course, some sort of, like, ancient temple, so it's almost legally required to have dart traps in it for some reason. Okay, get 'em, boys. Rattle 'em, boys! Thank goodness you guys actually got him, because I were distracted him anyway. I thought I was about to eat a hit there and die in a really upsetting manner. Hell is making that noise, and why is it making that noise? Okay, guys, are you allowed to come off of there? Yes, you are. Okay. I wasn't sure. Maybe the door was, like, gonna need to be permanently held open or something, or that the door would close if they left that. Oh, I see. It's teleporting in a boulder. Well, I'm gonna let the next one go past. And we're gonna have to hide in here, boys. Okay, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Sound design in this game is crap, by the way. Like, I had not even remembered how rough it was in that regard. Maybe because, to be honest with you, I think I played this entirely on mute at various points, because the consoles and stuff used to be out in a place where I basically needed to. Also, what happened to the other bot? Did it get absorbed into the wall or something? Otherwise, I'm down a body, and That's going to prevent me from finishing the puzzle. Oh god, this thing is so jank. I don't know if it's just like this or if it's the game in general. But oh boy, the amount of clipping into stuff that we've had so far. Oh boy. Rough. Rough business. Makes me a little bit unhappy, to say the least. Okay, that elevator just goes back up. I guess if we lose bots... Excuse me. We do that in order to reclaim them. Oh well. Not terribly interesting, but hey. Oh. Whoops. Whoopsie.
Ratchet.
Yeah, do you think falling asleep on a hostile planet like this is a smart idea?
Explode when you put that on there.
We do not.
Besides, you like explosions, Ratchet. Jeez. Yeah, well, it depends what's back there. It looks like it's just a bunch of gears, so maybe it is a big waste of time, but it's a cool looking big waste of time. Oh. It's some sort of hologram orrery thing. Asterisk, they wouldn't call it an orrery in any sort of
It is
franchise.
a map room. They built these rooms to keep track of the planets they inhabited. This one is Caladon.
Hey, that's where that robot soldier said he was taking the girl.
Exactly. And here are its coordinates. I have never seen these coordinates on any other maps.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go get her.
We're waiting for you to... something, I don't know. Oh, we still don't have boots yet. I was gonna say, we have a full armor suit, don't we? But we do not. I can't wait to get interfered with in the middle of space here. Excuse me. That'll be fun-ish. Looking to see... Here, can I go here without flying? That no, I just wanted to see the map. Or anything useful, any second screen to it before then. Oh well. Here's some loading zones. Besides, I'm sure our map doesn't say, like, where any special stuff is, you know? No, wait. Wrong. Just taking a look around, there are a couple of, like, square spots there. Do you want to give me a map key of any kind, like a legend? You know what? Here, I'm gonna go look in the case and see if it says anything about this. No, it doesn't really indicate what that's supposed to... Maybe that's just like, here's points of interest that you've already been to. That would kind of make sense. Probably. Presumably. Am I? Maybe a little bit. Hey, Alan. I guess I'm also just, like, talking quieter today. It happens. I do it sometimes. I'm sure that before the time is over, I will find something to yell my head off about. This game is already proving to be a hell of a lot worse than I remember it being. I'll tell you that for a reasonable price. Maybe I know that I 100%ed this. I don't have my save file on the memory cards that I've got at my desk.
It has been too easy.
Easy? How's about I ride around on your back while you do all the fighting?
I mean that if the Technomites want to stay hidden, they are making it awfully easy for us to find them.
I did it! I found my real family! I was
God, how does he fit in there?
when I got a message from some company
Well, I guess he is kind of a clown.
It's my entire family tree!
Wow, okay.
I gotta get to them! Good luck with whatever that was you were doing.
Fauxfamily.com. Does that seem odd to you?
Whatever. At least he's out of here. Let's get moving.
And see, he's got about the sort of level of concern for that bullshit that I do. And truth be told, no, the existence of a scam website that gives you a fake family tree doesn't sound odd at all, actually. Not in the greater scheme of things. Yeah, okay, that alarm noise for those exploding crates, completely different from the other games in the PS2. Don't like that very much. That feels wrong. Cycle you use Space Cruiser. I mean, hey, yeah. Let's get this flamethrower. I'm sure this thing does not have great damage, but take it anyway. As we go have ourselves a little bit of an exploration.
Tweaking the old engine, eh?
Why? What have you heard? Who are you? I mean, what are you doing here? Did the committee send you? Sorry, sir. We did not mean to upset you. Yeah, well, you know, you can't be too careful these days, right?
What, is this Hunter from the Spyro series, but in a purple wig?
Do I look like a cheater to you?
No. Not at all. You seem A-okay to me.
All right, here, man. Let's race. And I'll prove I'm not a cheater. If you can beat me, I'll have a surprise for you.
This guy uses way too much caffeine. Oh boy. Racing, hoverbike racing. This, I recall, controlling like shit. And considering that I used to think that this game was acceptable, and I've since started to feel like, no, this isn't great. Well, you can only imagine how, like, special this is, right? Oh goodness. That, I don't think, is missile ammunition. I think that is fuel to use the jet engine. By the way, I'm sure you noticed it, so I don't even have to tell you. Jump with the X button. Fine. Hover with the square button after jumping with the X button. That's a choice, all right. Why would you do this? What sick fuck? Also, yeah, you turn way too hard in this, by the way. And I don't know of a way to make it turn less hard. Perhaps like an actual full-on tutorial or more in-game control knowledge would be a little helpful. Or give me access to a boost button. Okay, there is a boost button and it's press circle. I mean, fair, but they could have told me about it. Because otherwise, oh boy. Although I think just in general, oh boy is a pretty good sentiment for all of this because, again, the way that you turn in this just is not good. I mean, really, to be fair, anything about how this game controls... I genuinely wonder if this would have played better if I was playing the PSP version. Maybe I should have actually looked into that. Maybe I should have looked into custom firmware or something. But I didn't. So I made my bed and now I'm crying in it. Yeah, 3 laps, huh? Oh, I overshot that boost recovery way too much. I sincerely hope we don't have to do too much of this, because otherwise I may go crazy. I'll just say this. I already was not intending to 100% this, and the more that I play this and feel like I don't have hands, yeah, the likelihood of me actually going and 100%ing this is low. I already did that many, many years before I started streaming. I've served my time. I've paid my debt to society. I am not going back in there, buddy. Absolutely not. Ah! For fuck's sakes. Just immediately at the very end there. Yeah, I'm taking a restart on that one because I'm not even going to suffer the indignity of, oh, you lose here. Pausing for a brief second here to something else real quick on the other screen there. Oh, no, don't do that. If I was playing Diddy Kong Racing with 105-degree fever, I mean, to be honest with you, that's a really funny description, and that's probably the more important part here. This game overall has this weird vibe, I suppose, of like... Do you remember the era, everybody, when they had released the Super Nintendo and they were still porting like every game from it to the Game Boy? And by porting, I of course mean that it was a severely knocked down version of it, but they still kind of wanted to pretend that it sort of matched it a little bit. Oh my god, this feels so bad. This feels so bad. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh god, why? I'm so far back. I just die at the slightest provocation. This is... God, how did I ever do this? Thank you. Thank you for the 100 bits. I don't know why the bot decided not to say...
69,
Oh, it just
69,
was
69,
loading all of those 69s, I suppose.
69, 69, 69, 69,
Good
69,
job there,
69,
Streamlabs notification
69,
box.
69, 69,
Glad we could come to an agreement
69.
on when was the best time to actually start saying the things, but I digress. Anyway, yeah, so, to reiterate, for anyone who wasn't here at the start of things, because that's fair, this game is a PS2 edition of a game that came out on the PSP. because obviously this game was the Ratchet and Clank series, pardon me, was massively popular, which I think we all kind of know already that, listen, it sustained a pretty good amount of lifespan there for Insomniac, which, man, I keep making all those Spyro the Dragon jokes. You're right. Spyro the Dragon did start as an Insomniac series, didn't it? I forgot that. Anyway, yeah, so I guess maybe that guy really could have been basically a cameo of Hunter, but in a purple wig. Butt wig. Anyway. Wow. Was that really so bad of a thing to say that I deserved that? The answer, of course, is yes, but that's beside the point. So, the series was massively popular. We're talking about this PSP game was like the 5th game in the series or something. And for some reason, it got backported from the PSP to the PS2. And basically, as I was saying before, this kind of feels like the era when they were porting like a bunch of games from the SNES over to the original Game Boy, and they had to still pretend like it was just as solid of a game. And listen, not all of those ports could be Donkey Kong Land, all right? The Donkey Kong Land games, I think, were actually pretty legit in that regard, if I recall correctly, which admittedly perhaps I don't. But then imagine that they ported those Game Boy ports back to the SNES. And I'm not talking like the use of the Super Game Boy or anything. I'm talking just a straight port back to the SNES. It's not quite as bad as the era of porting games from the 32-bit era to the Game Boy. That was like something different entirely. That's like, who do you think you're trying to fool at that point? That's just a game that... Son of a fuck, man! Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah, that's as you can tell, that's a screenshot from back when I was streaming the original PS2 games in the series. And I just decided to leave it on the layout because it is kind of an evergreen comment about this series that, yeah, the guys at Insomniac, when they were out here, they were like, okay, we need to make a more mature version of a 3D platformer. What do we do? Okay, we'll give the furry guns, and we'll make a lot of really, really feeble sex jokes in the titles. That's how they'll know that this game is truly rated T for teen. Does anyone here remember Vex? I've never played Vex. I actually just wanted to know if anybody had anything they could say about Vex. Because that sort of felt like it was sort of in the same area, too, of being like, okay, here's the mascot platformer with attitude, but we've decided to edge it up a little bit more for the aughts. I believe he was named Vex, right? That was like another like weird cat creature guy, slightly edgy looking. Or am I doing something weird here and I'm just like creating something from whole cloth, misremembering the name and confusing the name with like, I don't know, the sci-fi series Lex or something, which would be really fucked of a mistake to make, but Blinks the Time Sweeper was another one that I remember, but I mostly I remember Blinks for being like fairly light colored and stuff. Vex was very much more of a darker color palette. Zool? What, like from Ghostbusters? Wait, no. Yeah. There definitely were a lot of of games of this sort in the early aughts of like, okay, here's the mascot platformer, but 90s Dude wasn't enough, so we've got to add even more to be able to appeal to the same audiences as before now that they've grown up a little bit. Like, another one that I remember learning some stuff about, there was this, and he was only a one-shot. It was a game on the Xbox called Voodoo Vince, and you played as a voodoo doll. And now, asterisk, voodoo dolls as we know them, not a real thing in actual, in the actual spiritual beliefs that formed the basic grounding for voodoo. But that's not the point here. What I remember about Voodoo Vince, and I do not believe I ever played this game, but I remember that, like, a big part of it was that you hurt the bosses by basically setting up an elaborate system where you damage yourself to damage them. Which, at least on paper, sounds really fucking cool. What? How did I win the race? What are you talking about?
So, you said you'd give us something if we beat you?
I played that like ass.
Is a shrink ray. They are very difficult to acquire.
Here, man, you can have these too. They're way too slippery for me to use.
Hey, wow, we got the grind boots again. Yay. Anyway, I don't care. I'm not going to do any more of that. It was Twilight Princess, but not bad. I mean, perhaps. I do not know anything off the top of my head about Vex as a game. I feel like it's probably one of those games that got, like, you know, scores of 6.5 out of 10 across the board pretty consistently. But I think that's probably just like, oh, hey, mascot platformer. There was such a glut of those things in general, so I can't truly comment on that. But yeah, there's a remaster of Voodoo Vince. I wonder if that's actually on the Steam sale or not, because, and I don't know how I'm managing to get into this segue so quickly, or at all, really. The Steam sale is looking shockingly underwhelming, I have to say. Ooh, lock on. I don't have enough money for that. Bubsy crawled so Ratchet could run. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree with that sentiment, to be honest with you. A little rude to Bubsy, maybe, but, you know. They were at least trying, I think, with Bubsy 3D to do something unique, and then, well, they got beat to market horribly, and yeah. But the Steam sale, there's a surprisingly large amount of stuff on the Steam sale, and it's their Black Friday sale. They're trying to pose it as like a seasonal sale, yeah? I'm surprised by how much stuff is not on sale then. That is atypical for a Steam seasonal sale. Who knows, maybe it'll change over the next few days. Like, everybody else is doing their big pre-Black Friday where it's like, oh, by the way, we're going to stagger out the things, and it's going to be just like one-day sales for everything. Basically, in order to, well, lure you into spending your money faster and more recklessly. So that way, hey, you don't miss out. Anyway. But yeah, you are correct. Twilight Princess definitely feels like a game where it was like, hey, yeah, we're going to make this edgier for the 90s. Or 90s. The second 90s, you know. And yeah, it was the only T rating in the franchise, right? Right. Because they later changed Ganondorf puking blood in Ocarina of Time, so that way they could avoid getting a T rating. At the same time that they updated it to remove the samples of the Islamic chanting. Well, I guess if we have health, we can just tank those things. That makes my life easier. So, yeah, I guess just to emphasize that, like, actual puke is okay in an E-rated game. Or at least it was in 1999-ish. Asterisk, the game, Ocarina of Time originally came out in 1998. I know that. I just don't recall when it was updated to version 1.1. At least I think it was version 1.1 was the one with the update. And listen, I'm just not a big fan of that change in terms of the music. The Ganondorf and his upchucking blood or whatever, it's, you know, I could take or leave that. It doesn't really matter to me too much. Although, I guess you would probably be more likely to be bloody after a sword fight or something, but granted, like, how much sword fighting do, you know. Oh, we did put a couple arrows into him in that fight usually, so. And yeah, lots of... Wow, I really don't remember that fight worth anything, but that's because I usually don't have to do it in the randomizer. So, oopsie, ignore me. For some reason, I forgot about the part where you have to wail on him after you finish the Aghanim part. Yep. Apparently, this is a big elevator for some reason. And we get a bunch of these little egg droids here. You ever just feel like you're about to get killed by an egg? Alan does whenever they show up on his burgers. Wait. that Bubsy shattering emote. Bubsplode. That's real good. Crude humor tends to get E10 plus now. I see. I admit I don't really pay a ton of attention to ESRB ratings because, well, I'm fucking 35 and I don't have children that I purchase video games for. And if I have anything to say about it, I never will. Oh, dang it. Ah, dang it. It's alright. This is definitely the sort of thing where we're going to spend a lot of time getting moited and then having to res. Not like the res that you find in Gex. That's something different. Oh, this guy's... You know what? I got this thing. That's at least a little different. Yeah, upping OOT and Majora's Mask to E10 plus is probably entirely fair. Because those games are also... They also have, like, the aesthetic for any sort of dark storyline, right? Because, I mean, truth be told, it's not like the Zelda franchise is ever not that dark. At least as far as I can recall. Like, they are generally pretty apocalyptic stories in a lot of ways. But they are a little bit more direct about it in terms of depiction and that sort of matter. And of course, because we're in an area like that, I'm pretty sure we're in a fixed camera angle, so I don't have the advantage of, like, use the stick in order to turn better. Yeah, that is kind of the thing that I was thinking of, is that between that and, like, the Shadow Temple... Man, I bet with HD textures, Dead Hand looks fucking gross, too. Like... I haven't played any version of it that's not just the N64 version or a port. Because remember that I'm not as huge a fan of the vanilla game. Makes for a good randomizer, but that's how it goes. And I think, like, even when I was originally going to look for the 3DS version of Majora's Mask, I just never found it at the time. And nowadays I've got, like, other things to spend money on if I'm going to buy a game. So I can fill my collection with terrible garbage like Ride to Hell Retribution. I mean, yes, it's just the fact that, like, most people would probably consider that stuff to be a little bit, not the most child-friendly, you know? Certainly not exactly the sort of thing you would see in an E-rated game. Anyhow, God, this area has got so many enemies in it, and these controls are so bung. Oh, man. Well, hopefully that guy over there is gonna die. Yeah, okay. Are we done here yet? No, of course we're not. Jump off the elevator. Where am I supposed to jump off the elevator to? Or do I just hover? No, I just died. Okay, so that was... Where am I expected to go here? Because... Like, what? Do I just float there? Thanks, game. Okay, I do have some... No, I don't have any camera control in here. Nope. It's just a locked angle. Well, locked to my motion, but yes. But yeah, no, yeah, I guess the main thing here that I'm saying is that bumping up OOT and Majora's Mask a little bit is completely fair, and truth be told, I'm not necessarily opposed to Zelda leaning into its darker tendencies as a franchise. I just don't like Twilight Princess. You know, idea versus execution kind of thing. That's just kind of how it goes. Oh shit, I ran out of ammunition. Oh. Ah yes, good. I'm glad that after I had the target on the enemy, it just sort of went wandering. I have no idea what it looks like changed at all, so I cannot truly comment on that too much. Can we, like, actually do this? Can we actually do this properly this time? Is part of my problem because I keep trying to jump out of the way of any of these shots from some of the enemies, and it just sucks? The answer is probably, yeah. I guess it would really help if I went back to go get that lock-on mod for this thing, huh? Although these guys are soaking a lot of bullets. Oh, that's definitely a more detailed update, I'll say that. Not sure how I feel about the textures compared to the original, but at least not from that view. I guess I'd have to get like more of a 360 there, but I guess I'd look into that later. It's like it's all purple, and that's fair. I don't know. I think the other color palette kind of sells the decay aspect of it a little better or something. I should probably focus on this. I'm sorry. Okay, so I guess just jump into this room. This just looked like a wall. This texture looked incredibly flat. Yeah, now it just sort of looks like, okay, it's more generically dark element in some way. Because purple tends to be the color of, like, generically dark elemental for whatever reason. In a lot of things, anyway. Oh, God. Now we gotta platform our way back up here. It's nothing easy. Also, come on, Ratchet. Grab the edge of the thing. Grab the edge of the platform. What the heck is wrong with you? Other than the part where I'm the one in control here. I know that that's... Yeah, I mean, it fits with the location, but... At least you've got, like, more going on in terms of the, like... number of distinct teeth there. Actually, huge grin on that guy, too, compared to what I'm remembering. I don't know, maybe it's just the head looks way bigger. It could just be the way it's posed in the render. Oh, don't walk off of there. And you can tell that turn radius is rough. Hooray! We got a full set of armor. Hit enemies with your wrench to set them on fire. I mean, that's neat. So now we get to track particles behind us constantly. Like we got raid gear in 14. Asterisk, like we got the crafted upgrades of raid gear in 14. Pardon me. Why are we spending so much time locking onto that one game? It's a choice. Yeah, I'll have to look at those separately too. I mean, just in general, I assume that they're more detailed, which would definitely make them look a little bit nastier. Oh, nastier on some level, right? Because obviously you really only had so much texture size, polygons, stuff on the N64. So you couldn't make them look as dried out, among other things, as they would have been. Oh, we upgrade our acid thingy there, so that's great. Excuse me. For some reason, that wasn't activating when I was walking into it. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe it just didn't feel like it today. That seems like how it would usually go, really. Anyway, is this something I can stand on or not? I mean, I can stand on it, but it's not a switch, which I guess is more what I thought. It did look like something that, under certain situations, could push down, but not so much this time. And here, let's lift this platforming challenge up out of the acid, because I'm sure that it will be safe to cross these, right? There's none of that horrible green radioactive looking sludge on them. That's not how this works. That would be ridiculous. I was gonna say, what the heck is up with... But no, it's just pods coming in to give us some trouble. Whoa, hey. They're getting mad at me. I see. Oh, there was another one over here who wasn't dead yet. Okay. Fair. I just didn't see it at first. That's enough of you guys. Can I just get in the lock? Well, I can now, that's for sure. Yep. Oh, there I go, already not paying great attention here. It's fine. As always, as long as we got HP, we can just deal with these that way. You do not swing on these nearly as fast as you did in the PS2 era. Which, yeah, I'm going to keep bringing it up every time, because of course I am. Oh. I'm curious if those repair guys, like, actually heal these dudes any or something. I mean, yeah, I can do that. You're right, game. These are some sort of bomb thing that we've got going around here. Okay, they just stop when we try to get anywhere near them, I suppose. And I'm not allowed to use my guns up here. I'm not allowed to throw my wrench. So I see we're basically in RNC1 Magna Boots territory. Good times. You know, I don't remember if I ever 100%ed that game. I'm certainly not going back and checking. Not right now, anyway. The Forest Temple. A little bit, yeah. Forest Temple 2.0, where you've got the orb room. I mean, that'd be kind of neat. Oh, wow. That guy's out of range, huh? Is that what you're trying to tell me, game? Is that I'm not close enough to hit that guy? This thing is ass. This is supposed to be our replacement for the standard rapid fire weapon from one of these games, and it is terrible. That's really the only thing I can say about it is it's terrible. It's what you might call not good. In fact. One second, everybody. Sorry for the protracted pause. Oh, good. There's a boss in here. Yep. I don't remember what this thing is called, so I'm not even going to try. Mungo. Okay. I gotcha. Never mind that shit. Here comes Mungo. I don't know. I feel like I'm saying something really questionable when I call him Mungo. It's probably a little better than what I was going to call him before, which was Eddie the Mean Old Yeti, but that's... On top of everything else, that's inaccurate. I haven't watched any of that Donkey Kong Country cartoon in eons, but I can definitely tell you Eddie the Mean Old Yeti didn't look like this. He kind of just looked like a Kong, but palette swapped. Because that show was made very much on the cheap. Oh, he's getting mad. Speaking of Donkey Kong Country, he's doing shockwaves. He's basically a DK64 boss. Oh, sweet, a new armor suit. I hope that gives us some more defense, because goodness knows we could use that at any provocation here. What do we got? 28? Is that? Yeah. So I guess the suit gives us an extra 8% or something. Because each of those parts is only worth 5 individually.
To change pieces of your armor, press the...
Oh, I've already done that game. Thank you. So what's this thing worth? Yeah, that'll knock it down some more. But I guess if we find more parts of this Sludge Mark 9 suit, that'll be good for us. In theory. Thought it was on 2B. Hell if I know. The only 2B I know anything about is... Wait.
Never introduced myself. My name is Luna.
Well, Luna.
Easy jokes. Easy jokes.
I haven't had a chance to tell my friends
about your heroic deeds.
You mean your friends, right?
Ratchet, that is very insensitive.
I mean friends. They will be surprised it was so easy to capture.
Wow, both of you are...
superheroes.
That is very good, Luna. Now try. She sells...
What?
Hey, he was just trying to help.
You've both been very
Holy
helpful.
shit. You know what? The part about that bit that, like, cracks me up so much is that, like, he just went from...
Information we need.
After Clank was busy lecturing Ratchet about how insensitive he was being with his imitate, then he just starts... Fuck. This whole part is stupid. I mean, really, the whole plot is based around everybody being absolute goddamn idiots, but... yeah, anyway, I don't have subscriptions to any of the, like, subscription services, so... Like... Basically, what I'm saying here is asked if I know if that's on Tubi or not. So, I can't tell you shit about that. I mean, I guess I could have a... What the fuck is going on? I guess I could have a treasure chest emote and call it something like... Just have the name be Booty, I guess. Unfortunately, the moth avatar, when it happens, I almost feel like I should ask my friend who is an artist if maybe he can push that a little further along. Maybe I could get it finished this year. I don't know. Next time I get a chance to talk to him. I didn't get a chance to talk to him last Sunday because he was getting... He got dragged into some stuff with his FF14 raid group. Basically, I think that's probably locked out of becoming a pirate, so asterisk. But, oh, is it a thing you can get? Well, I didn't know that because I saw the... I guess I just assumed it was based on the fact that it's any sort of thing like that. So, How do they make money then? Do they just, like... Is it just from ads that they get any funding? Because... Otherwise, like... I'd be absolutely shocked if they were doing anything like... Then again, my family pays for some subscription service. I think it's Hulu or something. And it's like... You still get ads on that, and I'm just like, really, you pay for this and they still put fucking ads in it. What's even the point? What's the point of living?
Power up acquired. Activated by pressing the circle.
Oh, it
buttons.
was a landmine. That's not very exciting. Missile, however, that's kind of good. Well, I was gonna say, if that is the case, then I guess that makes sense. We don't have service through Xfinity, so if it's like a thing where you can really only get it through Xfinity, that's kind of a shame. Actually, I guess speaking of getting free stuff through various services, I recently saw that, at least on some channels, Twitch is offering, if you get a sub on at least some channels, they'll give you an extra Discord trial. And I was looking into it just because I was like, okay, yeah, why not? Give me the free Nitro for a few months. And the requirements on it are like, oh, well, you can't have had paid Nitro in a year. And I'm just here like, so what's even the point? Is this even a... But of course, Discord, you know, I guess I'm just also... I don't know. I understand going for the Nitro services if they're free, but a lot of the shit on Discord Nitro really should be free to begin with. Come on. Anywho, I feel like I've also noticed a major uptick in the proportion of people that I know who are using Discord Nitro lately, ever since they introduced the alternate fonts for usernames thing. I don't know if there was something that was giving out a free trial recently or what, but it's very weird. The things that we'll do to just, you know, the things that people will mark out for, right?
I must get to him immediately. Downloading coordinates.
Big shrug. Anyway, so we get some more challenges we can do here. Oh, there's a lot of stuff other than just that one phase of Destruction Derby. We can get some bolts with this. Yeah, sure. I'll at least show these off, I guess. Like, I don't want to be too mean about a lot of this, just because, like, hey, yeah, whatever. There is sort of a point where you gotta let people enjoy things, I guess. But also, this controls badly, so I apologize for my performance here that's going to be embarrassingly bad. But I suppose we probably trade back and forth here, really, and just make this work that way. But just, again, since my entire opinion on how the stuff is handled with Discord Nitro is like, okay, really, these very basic things are your paid requirements. I know these companies have to make money, but also, I don't know, these NFT shill motherfuckers don't deserve any. I'm just being a little bit rude about that part, I guess. Also, that guy is mad. He is just chasing us down and punching the fuck out of us for that. Okay. I gotcha. So, this thing here, this Gadgetbot Survival, this is much more my speed here. We've got something that kind of resembles Lemmings a little bit. These I might do just by virtue of, like, give me the money, but I don't know. I don't know if I will yet. Yeah, like, file size limits, for example, are kind of a thing that would be kind of nice because it would really help out so that way I don't have to just go and get things saved onto my hard drive and shrink them down to send larger images. But I digress. It really is just like, wow. A lot of these features are just kind of strange choices. But if it was stuff like, if it was basically just, hey, here's the file size thing, and maybe a couple of other things, I think that it'd be kind of understandable because the message size limit on Discord is already pretty acceptable, really. At least for most of my purposes. But also, like, for a lot of the avatar decoration shit, don't you also have to buy it through further microtransactions? And you can only use it while you're subscribed, if I recall correctly? That's just, like... That's just scam tier, really. That's... Oh, shit. Oh, shit, we've got some gummy ship action going on here. Except we're a giant mech. Oh, God. Yeah, so when you're in first-person view and in the flight sections here, pressing up on the control stick moves you up, which on some level it sounds like, whenever I say that that's stupid, I feel like it sounds like it should be perfectly fine. But whether it's just because of so much time with having things working the correct way or not, it feels completely wrong. Also, yes, we shoot enemies to be able to shoot more rockets. I assume that all of our missiles are made of blood here. And why shouldn't they be, right? And you might be saying that how much blood could these random spaceships actually have? And the answer is quite a bit, actually. In theory. They could be completely unmanned crafts that are just filled with blood for some reason. I don't know why they would be, but hey. I'm not here to ask questions. I'm just here to play a video game badly. For the entertainment of the internet. Alrighty. Anyway, I haven't, like, tried out the rockets yet because I want to be in a position where I have a fair chunk of them to see how good they are before I do anything with them. And see if they're, like, actually strong for the sheer amount of effort that you have to put into these. We also recover by killing things, which... I mean, really, why not, right? Oh, that's real good, actually. He just sort of does like a Star Platinum attack, and it shoots extra homing missiles. That's pretty solid, yeah, for giving me only 20 max ammunition for it. And making it that hard to get more. Yeah, it seems like a good choice, actually. Good thing we got that heal earlier. Otherwise, I'd really be in a bad position here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, I suspect that if you save up your... Jeez. You really gotta dodge the massive waves, otherwise you take crap loads of damage from all their flak. Anyway, I suspect that if you save up your Star Platinum attacks, they're a little better. You can take this thing out in just no time flat. Fuck. Oh, we both died at the same time. Oh, that's embarrassing. Pausing for just a second here. Yeah, sorry. This is the week of the pseudo PvP event in Grand Blue, so I've got to, every once in a while, I got to go over here and start a fight that it can autoplay for me. And now, of course, we have no attacks left. I don't think these are destructible, but my instinct is to try to do it anyway. Because they look like they should be destructible. They've just got that kind of look to them. And unfortunately, we have no attacks left to use in the boss. None of our special attack. So this might be a little bit harder. I just have to actually remember to dodge this time, I guess. As long as this attack is going, spend very little time intentionally DPSing. Just, but don't stop holding the circle button by all means, because it's not like it changes our speed. Welcome back, by the way. These homing missiles feel like they last a long time, or maybe it's just that they last basically exactly as long as it takes for the boss to launch out another one. Another volley. Ah, heck. I'm once again dealing with the issue here of up and down being abnormal, so it's really messing with my head a little bit. I can take a look at that in a moment after I'm done with this. Which, I mean, I also could technically just pause and take a look at it now, but I have some semblance of weird mental order of operations going here or something. Ah, heck. Yeah, that is pretty much how I tend to operate in general. Is just like it is not very common that I will start another thing in the middle of something else. Or at least I try not to let it be. Anyway, that's done. Let's take a look here and see what happens. Well, it opens a list of supported devices, so I can look through that later, I suppose, and see if there's something I can do with that. Oh, neat. We got a piece of armor for a completely different set of armor. Oh god, was I supposed to get all the the other acid suit from the fucking races? Ew. Yeah, again, no way I'm gonna this. This game is not the sort of thing I'd want to do that with.
Oh, there, big guy. We're just getting started. Now, if you don't like the sight of blood, you might want to close your eyes.
Yeah, I think that's about how I would... Oh.
It is okay, Ratchet. You can come in. It is safe inside this door.
Somebody's having a trapped inside of his own brain moment. Yeah, look at the effects on the edge of this. Actually, don't. That probably isn't good for your eyes. But actually, I'm gonna take a look at our armor. I don't care about setting things on fire with my wrench. Are you shitting me? Yeah, there we go. Just glue a couple of other pieces together and get some more defense. Oh yeah, we are clankless here, so... Oh hey, syringe birds. That's... I'm sure somebody's done that before, but I can't say that I've ever seen it before, so... Good enough for me. Man, as if it wasn't hard enough to see where you were frickin' going in this game, right? Oh, I was about to say, also, so actually, I've got a bit of a question from a stance of, like, sense-making here. Of course I'm not going to buy the suck cannon. I bet it lives up to its name. The fact that we spent money inside of our own brain while we're in the middle of this hallucination. Actually, I guess, come to think of it, I'm willing to bet that, like, every CEO nowadays would absolutely love something like that. Oh, okay, that's not what I was expecting. On the other hand, we do get to hit this thing a bunch, so that's good. Oh, hey, look! Plumber's crack! Wait. No, that's it. Oh, hey, look! The plumber's back! Actually, with how he's facing to us, it is the plumber's back. Wait. Okay, I guess the spinning eyeball doesn't do anything to us. It's just there to look spooky. Yes, yes, I've been watching a guy stream Look Outside, so... Listen. I am either completely immune to or extremely vulnerable to that shit, and I don't know which one it is. Where's my double jump game? I guess you just didn't feel like giving it to me today. Oh well. Jump out of the water. And that upgrades the Scorcher. So that's good. Hopefully that can do even more damage, because that actually seems to be pretty strong by the standards of flamethrowers in this series. Just like in Sonic R. Incredible. Incredible. Oh, playing this was not a mistake or anything. Ah, good. I managed to kill the Sprout. Whoops. It's alright, dude. You probably deserved it. Coming out of that with a quark head. To give me a fucking thing to swing at with the grappling hook that... Well, wasn't what killed me last time, but almost was this time. Oh boy. Yeah, it often throws me off when this thing is not necessarily the most instantaneous in terms of grab. It often just feels off. Not not to be confused with the other game that we played a while ago called Off. I mean, at this point, there's a lot of things that I've mentioned in this stream that are not to be confused with other things. Or perhaps you could confuse them with other things. That's up to you. I'm not your boss. I'm not a lot of things. That went off in the wrong direction, I guess. But it wanted very badly to make that actually have the cutscene. Oh, hey, there's Chairman Drek in the background from the first game, or he was the... No, he's floating in the area. But he's just not very visible until you get close. Yeah, see, this is why they offer you the suck cannon in this location, is because it would be very good for dealing with these things, I believe. Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh. Here's the hallucination of a quark with a chainsaw. Yeah, Ratchet, I kind of understand. That's about what I would assume Quark's medical services to be like. Yeah, I thought those things were on a timer. I just didn't expect it to be so long. Once a timer gets long enough, it sort of reaches a point where the game's just... where you just kind of assume that it goes forever. Ah, goody. How do we deal with this? We just sort of... dodge through these things going through the middle, basically. Doesn't say this causes the platform to come apart, doesn't it? And now I get to figure out which one of these is correct, I guess. Answer is honestly not this one. Oh well. God, yeah, the death cutscenes in Mythology Sub-Zero are pretty fun. I mean, there's a lot of things about Mythology Sub-Zero that are a big mess. But that's pretty good. You've got... God, I was going to say mocap, but that's not correct. You've got rotoscope, Quan Chi and Shinnok. Yeah, not mocapped Quan Chi and Shinnok. That's... They were mocapped for other games, but... They were... And of course, not the character mocap. Yeah, shut up. That's not the joke. I'm sorry. I was fumbling over my words badly. But, yeah, Quan Chi and Shinnok are only in their live-action version in that game.
Ratchet, wake up.
Because they moved over to 3D models for MK4 and beyond. Which is kind of a shame, because... I don't know, I enjoyed Richard DeVizio hamming it the fuck up as Quan Chi. I'm also quite sad that the fact that Mythology Sub-Zero and Special Forces were the games that they were kind of meant that we really haven't gotten story-oriented spin-offs of Mortal Kombat in a while. Because I think there's a lot of stuff they could do with that in terms of... That series is like 800 characters or something. It's not quite that many, but it's a lot. And there's plenty of space for crap loads of lore. So there's plenty of fun that could be had with the idea, but unfortunately... we aren't going to likely get that kind of game anymore. At least Shaolin Monks was pretty good, and that's in the same sort of category of lore-oriented game. There just was no other game after Shaolin Monks in that style. Somehow I don't imagine Shaolin Monks was a particularly big seller. Like, obviously I can't prove this or anything, but I'm not sure that Mortal Kombat remained like a big commercial force outside the 90s. Like, once you started going to home release only, maybe? Deadly Alliance didn't have an arcade version, right? It was just straight onto the PS2. Yeah, so...
Ratchet can climb narrow spaces with a wall jump. Jump against a wall, then tap the X button just as you touch the wall.
And yeah, they had story modes after Armageddon, but they didn't have that adventure mode sort of thing. You are correct. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe that's sort of tied to it, because I mean, hell if I know. I don't know how much that would be a make or break financially for it. Maybe people just were not very interested in Mortal Kombat as a franchise either. Yeah, I mean the GBA version, but that's... We're not counting that. Or maybe we are. Oh yeah, see, look at this. We cracked the mirror. See, this is about as close as we get to something cool in this game, really. Like, in terms of, if you want to say there's technical achievement involved in Ratchet and Clank, size matters, there you go. We shot this mirror and it cracked and it, like, duplicated the bird coming out. Yeah, there were a very small amount of GBA Mortal Kombat games. There was Deadly Alliance, as mentioned. There's one called Mortal Kombat Tournament Edition, I think, which I don't know offhand what that is exactly. I don't know what game that's a port of. And then, of course, there's the infamous MK3 port that is not good. I think not good is a nice, concise way to put it. You know what? Let's just shotgun these, I guess. 3 hits each? Alright, it works. That's more like 3 to 4. Syringe birds over here. I am indeed taking a lot of damage because I'm not paying great attention, it's true. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot of arcades anymore, which is a little sad, but also, I mean, arguably the death of the Quarter Muncher is probably a good thing on some level. It's just that nowadays, that sort of thing has been resuscitated as mobile games instead, if you want an idea of the scammiest that the video game world has to offer. And yeah, that's very true. Mortal Kombat is an extremely American series. The one thing I can say that I do remember about MK in anywhere else, like in Europe, is that there was a commercial for, like, I think it was Deadly Alliance in the UK, I think it was, and it was like this bloody fight in a boardroom. That's kind of infamous. From an era when Acclaim was just going absolutely ballistic. I think it was Acclaim that was doing that. That's also very much in the era where the infamous, at least supposed campaign of if you name your baby Turok, we'll give you a bunch of money. And the supposed paying people to advertise Shadow Man's Second Coming on gravestones. Which, again, I say a lot of these, like, supposed, alleged to a lot of these things. Somebody will probably be like, oh, that absolutely happened. I'm saying that I sort of have, like, a bit of a recollection in my head of, like, the actual truth factor of those being a little bit crusty. Anyway, this part is just dodge the attacks, I guess, if I recall correctly. Because obviously we don't really have a way to fight the giant robot Clank here. Yeah, I mean, there is also that something that sounds like it's a rumor or hearsay now could later be proven otherwise, but I seem to recall that I found exactly one source about the Shadow Man's Second Coming thing, for example, which to me remains one of the more, like, infamous ones. I think maybe because that's just funny. Like, it's messed up, but it is kind of funny. Meanwhile, naming your baby Turok so that way you can get, like, a couple of grand, maybe, you're gonna fuck that kid up for life. In a lot of ways. And my point here is that news article, the one source that I found on it seemed to be a little bit like, we're not entirely sure. Or otherwise, it was just like, man, I really feel like I need more evidence because people were calling it into question. And I can understand why one would do so, because it does kind of sound really, really stupid. But this is also an era where gaming companies were absolutely the fuck unhinged. I say as though they're not now. Ooh, we got a new piece of body armor, and I paused right as we hopped a cutscene for some reason.
You must wake up. There is still so much to do. I knew something was odd about that Luna girl. This is all my fault.
Hey, it wasn't your fault. I'm just...
The other one has red eyes, you goofus.
Hear me?
Yeah, you're standing right here.
Is Ratchet colorblind? Because it seems like he falls very easily for several instances of seeing Clank with red eyes. It would also explain the state of his armor right now. Oh.
Nice to have you back.
Also, why did we get a ship transition here?
I
I guess you gotta have a loading screen, but...
But I saw a video of you undergoing some tests. They were extracting something from you.
That's weird. I've got a major headache, but other than that, I feel okay.
Well, if we are going to get to the bottom of this,
they took
the
his
first thing
brain
we need to do is get out of here
entirely.
and find Luna.
I don't know. Did he have one of those to begin with?
That's okay, Clank. I'll handle this one.
I think you got him, Ratchet.
I'm just getting started.
That hurt a lot, guys. I mean, fair enough. Okay, so let's see. Is this... This probably is less... No, it's... Well, yeah, because we only have the green bit there. Okay. Anything else to pick up here? Is there a shop? I probably need ammunition. I could use weapon mods, but I can't get those here, I'm sure. That ammo for a weapon I don't have? They would do this to me. Man. Oh, okay, we have to collect our guns again, which makes sense. Because we were strapped to an operating table, but... I didn't realize. Excuse me. Anyway, it's another grind lock here, so we just... This time we've got gaps in the rails, I guess, to hop over. Wow. I guess I did probably land, like, perfectly on the back ball there from jumping too early. Ooh, 4 in a row. That's a little tight. And actually, it didn't seem that bad, but it looked like it right up until I actually did the jump. So, there you go. Ooh, all right. So we got this fully upgraded to the dual lacerators. That should theoretically give us like an actual firing rate now. I mean, they really could have stood to have given us back all of our ammunition, but that's been the general tenor of every time we've upgraded a weapon here. Yeah, look at that. We got an actual attacking speed with this thing now. Heck yeah. That's what I like to see. Finally, it's like a real rapid-fire weapon. It does, however, only have 120 ammunition for some reason. God, I think even in Up Your Arsenal, once you got the N60 fully upgraded, which started out slow as shit as well, I think that at least got to like 200 with just that. Meanwhile, here we are with the fully upgraded dual lacerators and only 120 ammunition. You're out of your mind, game. Like, really? You're gonna give me this little? I suppose they at least are probably gonna have the decency to have a couple of, a good amount of ammunition, hopefully, throughout the game. I am never gonna get used to how that left stick moves when you're in first person or flight mode, am I? Ooh, have Clank enter the turret. See, that's an interesting idea of, like, having both of us do things at the same time, but it's actually just going to be so that way I can control just Clank in a really shitty turret section. When does Ratchet get a Boba Fett costume? Come to think of it...
To target enemies on the ceiling,
he doesn't quite have a full-on Boba Fett costume yet, actually. In any of the games, as far as I know. He does have very similar, like, helmeted armor stuff going on, but... Oh god, this feels quite bad. You guys get off his butt. Yeah, so he doesn't specifically have that as far as I know. Again, some nice, like, full-face helmets in a couple of the games, and even this one, but... A Boba Fett costume, per se, like... He doesn't quite get anything with, like, the frontal face slit kind of thing, basically, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. So that's interesting. We're taking a lot more damage this time around per hit. I think that it's like proportional and it's supposed to be a total number of hits you're permitted, if I had to guess. Or maybe it's not, because that number didn't seem like it measured up the same way. Anyway, that was quite easy if we actually came into it with health and had a little bit of a handle on how the controls worked. Which we do now. So... yeah. Oh, well, we got the... When did we get the concussion gun back? Huh. That's weird. I don't remember picking that up anywhere. Oh, well. Sweep the room here, and we've got a big guy who just did a shitload of damage to us there. The glowy tile. There we go. Alright. Actually, I guess these guys do like 7 per hit, don't they? Yeesh. Whoa, hey, fuck, is my controller is having a moment here. Yeah, I guess it came slightly unplugged, and because this game, for some reason, does not default to analog mode, I guess. Like, what the fuck? The fact that I have to say that about a PS2 game from this deep into the console's lifespan. Oh, hey, the little machine gun guy really tore up all the other enemies, so that's good. The hell is that? Oh, it gives us all of our weapons back. Okay. Just means that now we've got... somebody's in there with his Kritzkrieg. Wait, no, the other one. Yeah, use the fact that the enemies have friendly fire for some reason to your advantage. Get them to kill each other. Oh, he got me in the toe. Of course he got me in the toe. Well. Classic. That is how this would end, wouldn't it be? Oh, seriously? I don't think I agree with this entirely, game, but alright, you're the boss. What else is shooting from... Oh. Okay, so it set off the whole room. Well, I guess it doesn't matter if I walk on these anymore then. There we go. I was like, surely I can do that, right? The answer is yes. Sometimes the game does let you snipe. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true. That it has at least an amount of Star Wars in it. Because of course it would. You know, I guess most science fiction things do, right? Hey! I don't know how that hit him, but okay. We'll accept that somehow. Because it worked out in our favor. Now, equip this thing. Please disregard this announcement. Thank you, game. Alright, let's just get on the other side of these guys and use that to help us clean up here. Or have a bit of an issue with it. Why is that meter so full? It's not actually how much experience I have for this. Well, if you guys are going to let me freely snipe, okay. Yeah! Or was the meter up there just lying? It could have been, for all I know. Fuck! That's a lot of damage. Okay. But we are on the other side of these guys now. So that's neat. I'm curious if... does the acid detonator do anything special? It didn't tell us when we got the upgrade. Tell me? I think it's just, here's a bigger amount of damage. Yep. It's just, it hurts more. Which, fair enough, I guess. Ooh, the box breaker. It's handy. The bolt grabber. Oh, we got plenty of stuff here. I'll definitely take the box breaker, because that's going to be useful, and the same with the bolt grabber. The bee mine glove. That is kind of fun. But I'll deal with that some other time. For now, I'm just going to use this to go wreck some shit real quick. See if we can get some free money. The answer is shockingly no. But it might still come in handy in the future. For the time being, we got another Clank turret here to deal with. I admit that I'm kind of allowing this to get a little bit tight. A little scrubbish of me, but hey. It seems to be working out in the end, so... Alright. Alright. Damn, the stage feels really long. As most of the escape sequences do a little bit, but hey. Oh god, that... a lot of damage. Alright. Let's just try using the acid detonator to deal with the metagun fools real quick. Yeah, and that's helped us out significantly. Resupply our ammunition, because why not at this point, right?
You are just making it harder on yourself, Ratchet. Escape is impossible. Well, at the very least, improbable.
Come on, use the ladder correctly, Ratchet. Throw that down. Oh, they seen me. Well, that seems to have solved itself pretty easily. Oh shit, one more. Yeah, one more shielder. Still active in there. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Tap that thing and reap the spoils. And back we go. Hey, I think we might finally be at or near the end of the area.
What is this place? I believe it is a laboratory of some sort.
A little more specific. Gene harvesting?
Nobody messes with me like this.
Eh, we can say.
We must leave before it is too late.
Yeah, you might want to run, dude. Also, oh hell, it's a time section. Okay. Let's equip these new boats, pardon me. New boots. We're at a nice 45 defense. Oh god. Well, that's not going to stress me out or anything. I get to combine two of my favorite game styles. Turrets and Escape from Zebus. Great idea. I'm surprised the sickos at Mercury Steam didn't come up with this first. This is also like the... Oh, fuck you, game. That better still be open or I'm going to be very sad. Oh my god, why? I finished that! course, I finished it at the exact moment that I died, too. Maybe it's fitting that I have an Iceman moment in a case like this, but still. Eesh. This is kind of ass. I'm not gonna lie. Like, just inside of very specifically the realm of this is a bad fucking idea. Also, you really can't pivot very quickly between attacking high and attacking low, which is a big problem in a case like this. Like, look at how densely packed this is. It's kind of absurd. Am I gonna have to refuse to T-pose any longer? Incredible. I can't destroy this rubble in any way, can I? Well, I certainly can't target it with a wrench. Explosives? No. We're just gonna have to... We're just gonna have to get fucking lucky, I guess, because that's what this feels like a little bit, is an exercise in luck. Anyway, I'll soften that guy up real good. Three shots apiece on these guys, because apparently the only thing that Clank could find as a weapon is a fucking window fan. Listen, I've seen Pokemon do more damage with powder snow, alright, dude? Against quadruple resists. Well, that was annoying. Good of them to include something to waste our time on the self-destruct sequence, which means that the clock is lying. Because that is something that takes a fixed amount of time. And here's yet another in the same vein. I mean, technically this doesn't take a fixed amount of time, because if you take a hit while you're jumping on the rail, you get knocked backwards slightly. So you can be forced to take a little extra time. But it's at least within specifications in that regard of, like, it's almost a fixed amount of time. Oh god, I hope that... Yeah, okay, the door is still open. Dr. Sleep? Is that what you just... There's a Stephen King novel called Dr. Sleep now. Might even have been at the time, I don't recall. But... regardless... Come on! Burn to the ground already! Yeah, it's the only weapon that I have that's not finished yet in terms of EXP. So... Yep. At bare minimum, the door stays unlocked after that grind lock, so we can get through here with plenty of time to spare. I didn't even realize we were that close.
This station is about to explode. We must leave now.
Here it is. Luna's last entry.
The tests are complete, Emperor Otto. I'm headed to the city with the package now.
Excellent. Are you sure the contents are perfect?
Quite
Is that nitrous oxide?
We created one subject, and it took 26 of our best warriors.
The
to
character
destroy
from
it.
the Crash
How did this
Bandicoot
come to be your
series?
project?
Not just the
Planted the
gas.
weak evidence. Quark's weak mind is so easy to manipulate.
I will
The
contact
voice
you
sounds
when the
like
series is completed. Luna out.
he's definitely impersonating an existing villain, so. Anyway. We better get the fuck out of here, guys. Well, I sure hope there was nothing important for us to pick up there. Otherwise, we've lost it forever. Think. Unless they're going to somehow allow me to go back there. The heck? Yep.
Okay. Here's the deal. I got these 2 identical skyboards for us to use, right? We'll race one more time to prove who's the best.
Is that a polarizer attached to your dark matter acceleration module?
Whoa, so it is. Man, I never really noticed it before. So what do you think, Runt? You want to give it another go? I'll give you the polarizer if you beat me.
Oh, fuck you, man. Oops. I like how I got to the, like, the appropriate edge there and I just fell off. We're going to go ahead and not do that, I believe. As I don't think we actually have to do that. And we can go to that next location. I want to take a look and see if there's anything else here of note. I think for now we're just going to fly here and we're going to, after that, save and it will be the end of the stream. Basically. So, yeah. Yeah! Yeah.
This doesn't look too hospitable. Maybe they put in false coordinates to throw us off the trail.
Wait, do not throw that.
Whoa, look at this. It's a hover car. Good eyes, pal. I was about to toss our only hope halfway across the planet.
I mean, yeah, dude. This is they are called the Technomites. They're supposed to be fucking tiny. What did you expect? Anyway. Yeah, let me save real quick and we'll dig into this some more next time. Only 2 hours 16 it says, but that's kind of ridiculous because we've definitely played for... I've definitely been recording for almost 3 hours. Does it not count part of it? I don't know.